Welcome everyone to the Bull versus the Bear, where we break down the big market-moving events. Okay, let's dive into this. Nvidia just dropped its Q3 earnings, and wow, the numbers are absolutely staggering.
So the big question on pretty much every investor's mind has been, is this AI thing a massive bubble? Is it going to pop? Well, this earnings report, it might just give us our clearest answer yet.
And that answer really starts with this one number, $57 billion. That was the headline revenue for Q3, and it just completely blew past what anyone was expecting. So how on earth did they get here?
All right, Section 1, the shocking numbers. Let's start with the raw data, because honestly, these numbers tell a pretty wild story all on their own. Okay, just look at this chart. A year ago, they did about $35 billion. Last quarter, almost $47 billion. And this quarter, bam, $57 billion. So you see the growth isn't just strong, it's actually accelerating. We're talking up 62% from last year and a stunning 22% from just last quarter. That is insane. And when you dig in, you see what the engine is. It's all about the data center. That segment hit a record $51.2 billion. To put that in perspective, that's roughly 90% of the entire company's revenue now. So the big takeaway here? This AI gold rush, it's not just real, it's actually compounding.
Okay, Section 2, the bull case, unstoppable AI. So let's look at the bull argument here. What is driving this insane momentum, and more importantly, can it last? Is this the real deal or just a flash in the pan? Well, CEO Jensen Huang did not mince words. He basically said demand for their new Blackwell AI chips is so high they just can't make them fast enough. He literally said Blackwell sales are off the charts and cloud GPUs are sold out. They can't keep up.
And get this, they're not expecting a slowdown anytime soon. They're actually forecasting $65 billion for next quarter. That's another record-breaking number, another 14% jump from this already insane quarter.
So Jensen's argument is that this isn't just a hot product cycle. He says we are smack in the middle of three huge shifts in computing, all happening at the same time. First, you've got the big move from old-school CPUs to these superpowered GPUs. Second, generative AI is just taking over everything. And third, this is the new one, the rise of what he calls agentic AI. Think of it like AI that can think for itself and get stuff done without you holding its hand. And his point is, Nvidia is right at the heart of all three.
And this slide really nails their strategy. Look, it's not just about selling chips. It's about building this unbeatable ecosystem. They are working with literally everyone, all the big names, OpenAI, Microsoft, Google, AWS. By partnering with every major player, they've created this incredibly powerful network that's almost impossible to compete with.
And all of that leads to this number, which is just mind-blowing. $500 billion. Management said they have visibility, meaning they can basically see the orders coming in, for $500 billion in revenue through the end of 2026. That is a massive, massive pipeline of business.
Okay, Section 3, the bear case. But come on, it can't all be sunshine and rainbows, right? To be fair, we have to look at the other side of the coin. What are the potential risks? Where are the cracks in this story?
Because despite these just incredible results, even the executives pointed to some serious challenges coming up, some real headwinds.
Okay, so what are they? First up, you've got geopolitics. Huge orders from China basically vanished because of trade restrictions. They're not even counting on any China revenue next quarter. Second, stuff is getting more expensive to make, which could squeeze their profits. And third, their inventory jumped 32% in one quarter. Now that's because they're gearing up for more growth, but it's also a big risk if that demand suddenly dries up.
And then there's this other worry, something people are calling circular deals. So here's the deal. Nvidia invests billions in AI startups like Anthropic and OpenAI. And guess what? Those same startups turn around and spend a ton of money buying Nvidia's chips. So raise this really uncomfortable question. How much of this demand is, real, and how much is just Nvidia's own money coming back to them? It's a legit concern.
All right, Section 4, let's bring this all home. The verdict, bubble or tipping point? After seeing all this, what does it actually mean for that big AI bubble question?
So, what's the verdict? We've seen the numbers, we've heard both sides of the story. Where do we land on this? Jensen Huang himself tackled this head on. He said, there's been a lot of talk about an AI bubble. From our vantage point, we see something very different.
He's basically arguing that this isn't just hype, it's a real deal technological revolution. And that really frames the whole debate, doesn't it? On one hand, the bulls are saying, look, this is a genuine tipping point in technology. This demand is real and it's here to stay. But on the other hand, the bears are reminding us that there are some very real risks, geopolitics, rising costs, that could stop this whole train in its tracks.
So we've laid out all the evidence from this absolutely monumental report. The growth is real, it's accelerating, but the risks are also undeniable. So the question is what you take away from it. Are you siding with the bull or with the bear?
This is a debate that's probably going to define the market for years to come, so we really want to know what you think. Let us know in the comments. And hey, for more deep dives just like this one, make sure you like, subscribe, and hit that little notification bell so you don't miss the next one. Thanks for watching.